5th. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Mary Strong, alongside a very jolly Jerry Steffen. You're happy it's Friday, I know. And
It's Friday?
And I'm happy that we have been getting a little breeze. That was awfully nice yesterday.
Yeah, the winds are going to pick up a little later on today. Nothing outrageous, but a little breezy later today. Dry relative humidity, gotta like that. Few clouds, but that'll clear out, so nothing but sunshine the second half of the day. But the temps will warm up, and we could see some humidity move back in, but we won't worry about that right now. Let's concentrate on today.
Yeah, and the weekend. Yes. Thank you, Jerry. We'll see you shortly. Well, yesterday we told you about an active silver alert for a La Quinta woman. This morning, we're happy to report she has been found. Jerry Chamberlain was reported missing on Wednesday in the La Quinta area. Authorities found her late Thursday. Details were not disclosed, but please know that that silver alert has been deactivated. The CHP during that silver alert told residents to call 911, but those services were down across the valley in the early hours on Thursday. The problem, dispatchers didn't realize it until hours later, and this isn't the first time it's happened. Now local departments are demanding answers from the phone company behind the outage. Take a look. 911 lines were down this morning across the Coachella Valley, and for 2 full hours, dispatch centers didn't know it. The outage started around 2 a.m., but it wasn't until 4 a.m. that local agencies realized something was wrong.
I got a call at 4 in the morning. The girls in dispatch were letting me know that our 911 system was down. They tested all the lines just to make sure it wasn't a carrier issue, and they did. They realized it was a Frontier issue. They called the surrounding agencies to make sure that we weren't the only ones that were down. So Cathedral City, Palm Springs, they were also down.
In past outages, copper wire vandalism was to blame, and that's been frustrating for police agencies.
And we talked to Frontier, but they say, well, if we have copper wiring theft, right, how do we stop that? How do we prevent that? Well, don't set the copper wiring on top so that, or, you know, on top of the ground, maybe underground. Try different measures to protect these very important wires.
But this time, it wasn't vandalism. It was a planned maintenance outage by Frontier, and no one was notified.
We were told Frontier had a planned routine maintenance and in the Santa Monica area, and at some point it caused the 911 system to go down, and we also were not notified that they were going to have the planned routine maintenance. They normally do contact us, but we don't know what happened.
It's the 4th or 5th time this year 911 service has gone down in the area. Thankfully, 911 calls are automatically rerouted to the California Highway Patrol when the lines go down. But that doesn't mean there's no impact.
It's been occurring quite frequently lately, so we're not too happy about that. You know, it's a service disruption. Obviously, the calls get rerouted to CHP, but our residents don't know that, right? So there's a delay in service.
Well, back in January, Palm Springs Police Chief Andy Mills voiced his frustration with Frontier, even saying the city attorney was looking into possible legal action. Our Fred Rogan sat down with the Palm Springs Police Department last night to talk about the ongoing 911 outages.
Jasmine, welcome back to the show. Good to see you again.
Hi, good seeing you too.
Okay, 911 went out again last night, middle of the night. First, do we know what happened?
There's some issue with, there was planned maintenance work.
Right, I think with Frontier.
Yes.
And because of that, 911 went out. Well, even if there's planned maintenance, should the emergency line go out? I mean, that's really kind of scary, isn't it?
It's definitely scary, and it shouldn't. And it's something that we're looking into and trying to figure out a permanent solution for it.
Yeah, because this is not the first time it's happened.
No, up to date, it's happened 15 times since August of 2023.
And do you know what happens if it's out and somebody calls 911? Then what happens?
So we have a system where we will troubleshoot the issue. Originally, when we first realized that the lines are down, we're going to test and see is it certain carriers that aren't able to reach us? Is it only incoming lines or is it outgoing lines too? With that, we'll start working with that and make contact with those carriers. We also have another system where we call it flipping the switch, and we can transfer our calls to our neighboring agencies so that they can take our phone calls. We also have text to 911, which a lot of people don't know about, but it's great. And if our phone lines go down, you can still text 911. And when you text 911, we can still get a good location on you. And we also follow up with a phone call to try and make contact with the callers.
Thanks for coming on. I know it's frustrating for everybody, frustrating for you guys as well. Thanks for the information.
And we want to thank all of the agencies across the valley for talking with us about that issue. We're going to head outside and take a live look at our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. What a gorgeous shot of the mountains and the sunrise. Let's check back in with Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at your forecast.
Yeah, a few leftover clouds out there. That'll clear out second half of the day. 75 degrees in Palm Springs, light winds, 38% relative humidity. That'll be down to the single digits a little later on today. So another dry day with slightly below normal numbers as far as temps. 80 degrees at thermal, 26% relative humidity. Temps include 60 degrees Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, 71, 29 Palms, a sunny 77 at Desert Hot Springs, 79 Indio, San Gorgonio Pass, 58 for Banning, Cabazon, 67 degrees, light winds. Nothing on radar over Southern California. Yeah, the dry weather pattern takes us into the next few days. We do have an onshore flow. Thanks to disturbance to the north and west of us, we'll kick up the winds a little later on today, adding a little oomph to those winds we had yesterday. But it pushes aside that high pressure center, so the numbers come down by a couple degrees. Slightly below normal temperatures, 104 to 108, 109. That's the normal high for Palm Springs. We'll be slightly below that. Dew points in the 30s. Like I said, single digit relative humidity. Around 4 o'clock, we'll see our highs, including 104 at Palm Springs. Got 105 at Mecca, 106 Cathedral City, Indio, 107 Rancho Mirage and La Quinta later today. Comfort Air 3-day forecast, below normal numbers on Saturday, 103 for Palm Springs, few high clouds, and then 106 on Sunday with mostly sunny skies. But the numbers do go back up again, and we may see some relative humidity spike again for Southern California. We'll let you know all about that. Full forecast and 7-day this half hour.
Well, there's some road work happening heading into next week that you should know about. In Palm Springs, the city is continuing its pavement rehabilitation project. It'll be at the intersection of Dinah Shore Drive and Lawrence Crossley. That includes parts of the Dinah Shore Bridge. That work starts Monday, July 28th, and is expected to be finished the following day. Traffic will be reduced to one lane in both directions during that time. And then the big project, if you're in La Quinta, the Highway 111 pavement rehab project, starting next week on Wednesday, July 30th, the intersection at Washington Street will be closed. Nearby lanes will be open, but for business traffic access only. Arno, before you go, traffic expert Chris Gunterson wants to remind you all to sign up for alerts by going to the website you see right here on your screen. That's lqhighway111.com. A local mother is speaking out after losing her 21-year-old son in a car accident. Now she's turning her grief into a warning for young drivers during one of the most dangerous times of the year on the road. NBC Palm Springs' Alondra Campos has her story.
My best friend right here, and I miss him a lot. I wish this doesn't happen.
Off Highway 111, in between Shields Road and Madison Street in Indio, a memorial sits under a light post commemorating the memory of a son, brother, and friend.
All I remember is every day how fun we would be together, just the liveliness of him. All he wants to do is have fun, help everyone out.
Indio resident Andrew Reyes was just 21 years old when he died in a car crash last summer, in the middle of what safety experts call the 100 deadliest days for young drivers, the time between Memorial Day and Labor Day when fatal teen crashes spike. According to family members, Andrew was driving along Highway 111 when he lost control of his steering wheel, crashed into an electricity pole, and was ejected from his vehicle.
Los accidentes son accidentes, pero...
Accidents are accidents, but I have lost 2 children in 2 separate car accidents. and it hurts. Although a year has passed since his death, the crash still haunts his mother and friends.
The stillness on our lives that it put is nothing compared to the foreverness in his. So every day we have to carry his burden now.
AAA says Andrew's story is sadly not uncommon, and during this summer season, they're sounding the alarm.
Teens are currently out of school, so they have more time on their hands, and that increases the chances of there being a teen-related crash.
According to the most recent data, in 2023, 2,897 people were killed in crashes involving young drivers.
On average, 8 people are killed per day in teen-involved driving crashes in the summer, compared to 7 per day during the rest of the year. So we see an increase during the summer months.
AAA says deadly crashes involving young drivers spike in the summer months by 30%, often due to speeding, distractions, and inexperience.
What we're seeing right now is teen drivers are very distracted, whether that is with their iPhones or whether that is with friends, music, whatever that may be. But being focused while driving is imperative, and it also saves lives.
Parents and guardians, however, can play a lead role in preventing a deadly accident.
Lead by example. So show your children what it means to be a good driver. So that means parents, when you're driving, don't have your iPhone in your hand. Don't be looking back for the kids, the dogs in the back seat.
And that was our Alondra Campos reporting. Well, the brand new Desert Wildlife Center in Indio hit a major milestone. They've admitted their very first patients. A Eurasian collared dove with head trauma arrived on opening day, and their staff provided fluids, some pain meds, and a nutrition-rich diet. They tell us this bird is already showing signs of improvement. A house sparrow nestling was also admitted. The Desert Wildlife Center is now accepting injured wild birds for rehabilitation. If you find a bird in need, you can call their helpline to make an appointment. They are currently open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and are accepting patients by appointment only. They're looking to expand to mammal and reptile care in the future. And this morning, we want to say thank you. Yes, to you, the community. We brought you the story about Animal Samaritans and their Cade El Moro Dog and Cat Care Fund. It helps cover medical costs for pets like April, you see right here on your screen, homeless and abandoned and abused pets. April recently got hit by a car and broke both of her legs. Well, that fund was depleted recently, and we shared their need for help from the community, and you delivered. Valerie Katz with Animal Samaritans said that between Wednesday and this morning, the fund raised almost $9,000 thanks to you. She wanted us to spread the word and say thank you for all of your contributions and let you know that April will be up for adoption once she recovers from her surgery. It's time to bust out your taste buds. Rancho Mirage is bringing back their Taste of Summer Rancho Mirage event running until August 17th. Over 30 restaurants are participating in that, offering deals to anyone who has the $10 wristband. Proceeds from the event go to over 25 nonprofit partners, from Animal Samaritans to Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Desert. So get a great meal for an even greater cause. It's time now for We're in the Valley, where we show you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and you guess where it is. So let me show you that photo. Ooh, this is pretty. Do you know where this is? You'll have some time to think about it. We're going to reveal our location at the end of the broadcast, and I'll give you a small little hint before we get there, so stay tuned. Coming up next on your morning news, even though we saw a decrease in the homeless population in Los Angeles, those unhoused went up in Riverside County. We're going to speak with an expert about that next. But first, let's head outside and take another live look at your Agua Caliente Casino camera in Palm Springs. Jerry's going to break down your full forecast as we head into the weekend. Stay right here.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
This year's homelessness count in Southern California offers some good news and some not so good news. Riverside County saw an increase in unhoused individuals, but a drop in unsheltered people, meaning more people overall became homeless, but more of them were housed in shelters, which reduced the number of people visibly living outside. Meanwhile, Los Angeles County reported a slight decrease in homelessness, but there's a caveat. In Los Angeles, thousands of people who are couch surfing, in rehab, in jail, or living in motels are not counted. But in Riverside County, those same populations are counted, painting a more complete and in some ways more alarming picture. Joining us today is Victoria Stinson, Executive Director of Victory Starts Now, an organization working with the region's most vulnerable population. Thank you so much for being here with us, Victoria.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What an interesting assessment from both counties. Why do LA and Riverside counties count homelessness so differently?
So each county uses its own method to count people experiencing homelessness. And Los Angeles is huge, so the amount of resources they have are much bigger. They use volunteers, outreach workers, and even data modeling to count the homeless, whereas Riverside is much smaller and may count more directly, which impacts who they actually count. The rules from the federal government on what is considered homeless are the same, but how each place applies them can vary. And that's how we get into situations where the numbers don't always match across counties.
So can you explain why someone living in a motel or possibly rehab facility might be counted in one county but not in another?
So again, that's usually a situation with how they're interpreting what the federal government is saying. Because technically, if someone is in rehab, they may still be counted as homelessness if they don't have stable housing to go back to after. Just because they're indoors for now doesn't mean they're housed for good. If they came to rehab straight from the streets or a shelter and don't have permanent place lined up after, they can still be considered homeless. But this is, again, one of those things where it comes down to the county whether they count it as homeless or not.
Got it. Do you believe these official numbers reflect the true scale of homelessness in Southern California?
Not really. The official count, first of all, only happens one day a year, usually the last 10 days of January. And because it's just one night, it misses people sleeping in cars, bouncing between couches, or staying in cheap motels. There's also a lot of people who literally avoid being counted because they're scared or ashamed, right? They see the count is happening and they go and hide. So while the numbers give us a rough idea, the real number of people struggling without a stable home is actually much, much higher.
Wow. So how do these inconsistencies in counting affect the way funding and services are allocated?
I honestly believe that because the numbers are underestimated, there is not enough funding for everybody. At Victory Starts Now, we see every day that homelessness isn't just about lacking a roof. It's about lacking opportunity, safety, and dignity. And if we really want real solutions, we have to count people the right way and serve them the right way. And that won't happen if we're underestimating who's needing the help.
Very good point there. Thank you so much, Victoria, for shedding light on this important topic. We really appreciate your time this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
We have some sunshine over the valley on this Friday morning, but a few clouds as well. But those should clear out, and we should have totally clear skies over the valley by later this afternoon. Yesterday, like the day before, we hit 107, 109 our normal. We'll call this close to normal for yesterday afternoon, and we'll be kind of near that again later on today. Right now, lots of 70s in the Coachella Valley, 58 degrees at Banning, mostly sunny, 71 at 29 Palms, and winds very light. They'll be out of the west again late in the day. As far as radar, yeah, looking for echoes and not finding anything in Southern California. And yesterday, we did see a little bit of scattered showers and thunderstorms over the Four Corners states. Not this morning. All clear there. High pressure at the surface near us. Also, we have a disturbance moving in from the northwest, and that will kick down the numbers a little bit more as we move into the next couple of afternoons. Also, accentuating the winds a little bit late this afternoon, but hot and dry for us in the Coachella Valley with 107 under Sunshine in Palm Springs, 106 at Indio, 93 at Cabazon, just above 100 degrees at 29 Palms. Overnight lows again in the low to middle 70s tonight under clear skies this evening through tomorrow morning. Disturbance still to the north of us, and again the numbers come down to their lowest, at least in our immediate future. 102 to 106, a handful of degrees below normal. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Another hot and dry day for us. 105 on Saturday for Palm Springs. Tomorrow, Indio at 104. Then we come up a little bit more in the Coachella Valley, close to 106s, 107s under mostly sunny skies on Sunday afternoon. Winds, yeah, like I said, a little stronger winds later this afternoon around the wind-prone areas. Low 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds at around sunset around San Gorgonio Pass, and a little bit of an issue at Desert Hot Springs. And in the wind-prone areas, very strong breezes expected at around sunset tonight along and north of I-10. And surface moisture looking pretty good in that department. We could see single-digit relative humidity each and every day, slightly higher on Saturday, but still dry with dew points around 40 degrees. But that could change by the middle of next week. More on that coming up. 109 to 113, that'll be Tuesday. So high pressure begins to build, and that'll be over the southwest, adding a few more degrees. So sunshine to go with those slightly above normal numbers. Tuesday, 111 in Palm Springs. Same for Cathedral City, 110 Rancho Mirage, 108 at Desert Hot Springs, at or slightly above normal. As far as monsoonal moisture over the next 7 days, it all stays to the east of us. Most of this happening early next week, but nothing for the Coachella Valley. Quick check at the tropics. We're looking at the North Pacific. We do have a clump of thunderstorms. Here's that low right here. It's moving its way to the west-northwest. The Hawaiian Islands watching this. The National Hurricane Center says 50% chance of that developing into Gil. And then Dexter, is that going to happen? Doesn't look likely. Just south of New Orleans and Louisiana, we're looking at a storm that has a 10% chance of developing too close to land, and it's bringing quite a bit of rain around the Gulf of Mexico coastline. 104 today in a Comfort Air 70 forecast. Tomorrow, some high clouds, 103, 106 on Sunday. Keep in mind, Wednesday and Thursday, humidity could move back into the valley.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Time for hashtag holiday calendar and pop quiz. Hello, Manny.
Good morning.
And today we're going to explore the calendar, see what's happening today. Friday, July 25th, 2025. It's National Hot Fudge Sundae Day.
Didn't we have that the other day?
We have. They repeat themselves every once in a while.
Oh, do they? Okay.
In different versions.
Because I actually went and had one on that day.
Well, time to have another.
Just to celebrate
Okay.
that day.
Darn it. I'll have to have another one.
Yeah, it's a dessert which combines hot and cold vanilla ice cream topped with warm, thick chocolate fudge sauce, whipped cream, and of course, a cherry to top it, right?
Delicious.
Best way to make them. National Wine and Cheese Day is today. Yeah, that's a nice pairing that people love.
That'll be
Wine
a
and
fun
cheese.
day today.
It's every day.
Sunday, wine and
Should be
cheese.
every day.
It should be every day, exactly.
I know
I'll take it.
very little about wine, but I whine when I don't get my cheese.
I bet you do.
You get gnarly.
I do get gnarly. I love my cheese. Yeah, get gnarly days today.
Oh, good job,
Segue.
Manny.
Gnarly used to have
Hey,
a bad
look at that.
connotation, but gnarly now means, you know, rad. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I'm going to hit those rad waves
Yes.
at the theme
That's right.
park, right? You're going to go?
Yes,
right.
next week, Surfs Club.
Oh,
The
yeah.
surf club, yeah.
I love that place. So
And I
fun.
believe Water Park Day is Monday. So
Oh,
that's
is
good.
it?
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Also, it's National Talk in an Elevator Day. You know, when you get in an elevator, it's usually just silence, looking at
climb
the,
up, yes.
what floor are we on?
Look at your phone.
Yeah.
If there's connection.
It's a day to have a conversation with the people that you're in
I always
with.
say hi to people in the
do
elevator,
too. I
don't
try
you?
to be, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, hi. I
But
hope
in
you
the
have a good
Coachella
day.
Valley, the floors aren't that high. So
That's true.
the conversations have to be short. We have elevator day today is our key word in our pop quiz, first of two. This is rock and roll related. The rock songs Love in an Elevator and Janie's Got a Gun were both Billboard top 5 hit singles in the late 80s from an album titled Pump. Named the Boston area band which found success singing about their elevator fantasies in 1989. A,
This is a dead
Aerosmith,
giveaway.
B, Bon Jovi,
What?
or C, Van Halen. Okay, you don't know this one. You don't,
No,
you're taking a
not
guess,
at all.
I love those songs.
Janie's got a
gun.
Control room. Yeah, Janie's Got a Gun. That was a good
We're all
one.
Aerosmith fans,
Yeah, okay.
apparently.
Woo!
Pretty easy.
A for Aerosmith.
A is for Aerosmith, exactly. Okay, second elevator-related question here. In this fantasy film, there's a scene where the title character describes the wonders of his great glass elevator. After establishing the fact that an elevator can go up and down, he explains his lift can go sideways and slant ways and long ways and back ways and square ways and front ways and any other way that you can think of. Name this movie. A, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. B, Mary Poppins. Or C, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Back to the guys in the control room. Who's got that crazy elevator? C.
The byways and la 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 la.
Do you remember that?
Sorta.
Of
course.
I mean,
Yeah, all
let's
right.
hope.
Pretty easy one today.
Yay!
Huh? C,
Wow.
yeah.
Did we all get 100%
Mr. Wonka.
on
Yes,
a Friday?
he did. Everybody
Oh
did.
my goodness, we need
Very
to celebrate. That's amazing.
Okay.
I'm so
I'm thinking
happy.
of the Willy Wonka song. What is it again?
Don't ask me.
Jerry, sing it.
ask
It's
me.
Friday.
I will
Give us a
remember
treat.
later.
Give us a
I'm
treat.
not going to sing. I don't want to sing.
How about a dance?
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Get yourself a hot fudge sundae.
Oompa,
Back in a bit with Manny and Mary.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Welcome back on this Friday, July 25th. I'm Mary Strong. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Jerry's going to have your full forecast heading into the weekend in just a few minutes, but first, a recap of your top stories this morning. Yesterday, we told you about an active silver alert for a La Quinta woman. Well, this morning, we're happy to report she's been found. Jerry Chamberlain was reported missing on Wednesday in the La Quinta area. Authorities found her late Thursday. We don't have many details beyond that for privacy reasons, but please know that silver alert has been deactivated and Miss Chamberlain is safe. CHP during that silver alert told residents to call 911, but those services were down across the valley in the early hours on Thursday. 911 services were down from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. because of a planned service maintenance from Frontier. It affected all law enforcement agencies across the valley, but Frontier failed to tell our local police departments about the planned outage. This isn't the first time 911 lines have gone down. It's happened about 4 or 5 times this year. Local departments are now demanding answers from the phone company behind the outage. We'll have that full story for you on our website on NBCPalmSprings.com. The Indio Police Department is educating the community about fake officers. This comes days after a Hemet man was arrested for impersonating a police officer. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen has that story.
Just days after the Hemet arrest of a convicted convict impersonating an officer, the Indio Police Department put out on social media a video showing locals what each section of the department wears. Sergeant Abraham Plata from Indio PD says it can be easy to copy an officer's uniform. However, there are still ways in which the uniform cannot be replicated.
Yes, they can be replicated. However, we do have our designated uniform companies who embroider our patches, who we only possess. Most officers will carry a police badge like this also, and it says a department on there, and most of them have their ID number underneath.
Sergeant Plata says anyone can purchase uniforms, patches, or body cams. Many locals hearing how easy it can be to impersonate an officer say fear is the #1 thing that comes to mind.
Actually, it's quite scary to me, because it did look like a police car. It did look like a real uniform. It did look like a real badge. All of those things are what you look for.
I mean, the worry is pretty obvious. I mean, anyone can do it, like you said. I mean, literally anyone, a convicted felon. You're just at the mercy of whoever's there to pull you over at the time, right?
Yeah, I think there's always a concern if it's that easy to just masquerade as a officer.
In the social media posts, Indio PD showcased their different vehicles as well. Sergeant Plata says even vehicles can be replicated to look like real law enforcement. However, he says the department knows their personnel best, and if they see something suspicious, they will investigate it.
I'm pretty sure somebody can get a hold of these parts and create their own car, but we know our city, we know our staff. If we see something that doesn't really look right, and it more than likely not one of our officers, and we're going to be able to tell if that's not a real police officer in that unit. We're going to look into it.
Well, there's some road work happening heading into next week you should know about. Palm Springs, the city is continuing its rehabilitation project of its pavement there. It'll be at the intersection of Dinah Shore Drive and Lawrence Crossley. That includes parts of the Dinah Shore Bridge. That work starts Monday, July 28th, and is expected to be finished the following day. Traffic will be reduced to 1 lane in both directions during that time. And then the big project, if you're in La Quinta, it's the Highway 111 pavement rehab project there. Starting next week on Wednesday, July 30th, the intersection at Washington Street will be closed. Nearby lanes will be open, but for business traffic access only. Our Know Before You Go traffic expert Chris Gunterson wants to remind you to sign up for the alerts by going to the website you see right here on your screen. That's lqhighway111.com. It's time now for our Server of the Week, where we surprise one lucky Valley server with a $1,000 tip to show our appreciation for their hard work and dedication to our community. Take a look.
Hey guys, it's Anthony with Honda and Toyota of the Desert. Today, we're on Country Club Drive in Palm Desert at the iconic Sherman's Deli, here to surprise Tracy. Ready to go do this with me? Come on, let's go. Tracy. Hi. Tracy, I'm Anthony from Honda and Toyota of the Desert, and together with NBC Palm Springs, you have been selected as our Server of the Week.
Joke's on me. What?
Yeah, you surprised?
You think? I'm sorry.
Today, you're going to get $1,000.
No. You're joking. What?
$1,000, right? So listen, you know, we've been doing this for quite some time, and you got a bunch of nominations. So you have a lot of people out there that love you. How long have you been here?
Long time. You're gonna make me cry. Were you one of them who that voted for me? No.
I could have been.
16 years.
16 years.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you, everybody.
What makes Sherman's Deli Sherman's Deli?
Oh my gosh. You know, everybody always asks how long the place has been open, and they always ask about Janet, and they always ask about Sam and the dad and everything. And it's an icon. Like, people come here and they pass away. They've been coming here for so long, and then their kids come here, and then their grandkids come here. So yeah, it's definitely a destination.
So generation after generation.
Yeah.
So, Tracy?
Yes.
You are precious. This girl makes everybody that comes into this restaurant like they're coming into their own home. She makes sure the food is good, not that we don't cook right, but she makes sure everything is to the needs of the customer. And customer service is number one for us. That's our heart. When anybody comes in here, we want to make them happy. And that's what we do every single day, because we love all of our customers. And you are all important to us. And Tracy, you help us make that happen. And we appreciate you so much. You are so precious.
All right.
Well, earlier we showed you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and I told you I'd show you the photo again and give you one more hint before we reveal the location at the end of our broadcast. So let me show you the photo. And here's the hint. This mural is next to a park. Think about that. We'll tell you more about this special location coming up later on in our broadcast. But first, let's head over to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Jerry.
Yeah, checking the weather headlines. Plenty of sunshine this afternoon with temps slightly below normal with dry air, but that'll change next week. We could see higher temps with higher humidity. I'll check it all out. Full forecast in 7 Day next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in.
let's take a look outside. We have mostly sunny skies, a few high clouds out there right now, but that'll all dissipate. Later in the day, we'll have all sunshine. Right now, just fair weather, patchy high clouds. Okay, yesterday and the day before, we hit 107 in Palm Springs. 109 is our normal high, and we'll be around that range again today. Then a few changes happen. 63 at Yucca Valley, 71 degrees at 29 Palms, 82,000 Palms, 81 at Indio right now. Strongest winds we could find, a gust of 14 miles an hour coming out of the west at 1,000 Palms and Indio. The rest of us just light breezes around the valley. Radar, we saw some echoes over the Four Corners states yesterday. Not much happening right now. Actually, over the southwest, thanks to ridge of high pressure, it's keeping us kind of quiet in that department. Hot and dry today, 104 to 108, putting us slightly below normal. Plenty of sunshine later this afternoon to go with those temperatures. And like I said, slightly below normal by a few degrees. 107 in Palm Springs, 106 today under sunshine at Indio, 93 at Cabazon, Joshua Tree, 92. And overnight lows in the low to middle 70s under totally clear skies later tonight. Tomorrow, Saturday, got that disturbance to the north, which will play a role in pushing that high pressure center to the east a little bit more. So the numbers do come down. And tomorrow will be our coolest day, if you can call it that, in our near future. 102 to 106, mostly sunny skies, but still dry for us in the valley. 105 tomorrow under sunshine in Palm Springs, 104 at Indio. Then we come back to 106s and 107s on Sunday, mostly sunny skies then. Winds, like I said, thanks to that disturbance to the north and west of us, adding a little more wind to our forecast. Again, late in the day, San Gorgonio Pass, low 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds there. And in Desert Hot Springs, gusty at times and very strong breezes along and north of I-10 in the wind-prone areas. That's today around sunset, and the numbers slowly back off over the weekend and especially on Monday. Surface moisture has been dry. That will trend into early next week with lots of us in the single-digit relative humidity category as we move into the middle of the afternoon. But things change a little bit after that. More on that in the 7-day. 109 to 113 Tuesday. That'll be one of our warmest days in our near future thanks to ridge of high pressure over the southwest, elevating those numbers. Plenty of sunshine, onshore winds breezy, hot and dry. But Tuesday, 111 in Palm Springs, a couple notches above normal there. Same for Cathedral City, 110 Rancho Mirage, La Quinta, 109 again early next week. Monsoon moisture, that all stays to the east of us over the next 7 days. Quick check of the tropics. Tropical wave. Here's Hawaii. It's moving its way to the west-northwest, so the Hawaiian Islands keeping an eye on this system, which has a 50% chance of developing into Gill. And then in the North Atlantic, we're watching a system in the Gulf of Mexico, south of Louisiana, moving its way to the west-northwest, too close to land to develop. 10% chance of developing into a named storm. 104 today, 103 tomorrow, a few high clouds, 106 on Sunday. Then we move at or slightly above 110 Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm looking at the long-range forecast, and it looks as though we could get some humidity back into the valley.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Well, Manny is back with us on this fabulous Friday, and you have a new dating show that's not quite so romantic.
That's right. Now, imagine this. Imagine a dating show and combine that with a singing competition, and you get Building the Band.
Oh.
The fun show is now out on Netflix, and I spent some time with the very first winner of the series, the all-girl group Frequency. Meet Nori, Brianna, and Dwenali. Take a look.
It's going to be really, really interesting to form a band without seeing each other.
Big congrats on building the band, and a big congrats on being the first winners of the show. Quite historic.
Thank you. Do you guys feel like this is working for you? Like, you feel like this is...
100,000%.
Building a band is like looking for your chosen family, right? Your chosen tribe. So,
yes.
What got you interested in joining the show?
I've always been a very, very big fan of girl groups. I've always been a Cheetah Girls fan and Destiny's Child. So I'm like, once I got the opportunity presented to me, I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is my sign just to go for it and try it and see what happens. I was like, I'm just gonna go for it, and if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. If it's not, it's okay. And I ended up with the most amazing group and the most amazing sisters I could ever ask for.
I want a girl group. I 100% want to be in a boy band.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear.
So you finally found your perfect bandmates, but give us the dynamics of the group.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
That's a good one.
I feel like we all play a different role, and I mean, we naturally just kind of fell into what that is. Like, a lot of the times with the girls, they're like, breeze the rock, breeze the glue. So it's like I'm kind of the mold gelling things together. Winnie is like our positive, upbeat, always smiling, like ready for whatever. And Nunu is very funny, very silly. Like, she'll be the first to make you laugh when everybody's stressed and like, how are we gonna make this work? And then she just says something and you're like, what?
When you hear a good voice, gotta hit the button.
Here we go.
What advice can you give to future contestants so they can glow up and shine like you?
Ooh.
I like that.
I would say when you're filming reality television, make sure that you're really prepared for it. You definitely have to have a backbone.
They will then compete against each other in front of guest judges. Kelly Rowland, Liam Payne, and our star mentor, Nicole Scherzinger.
I love that the show gave him an homage in the beginning.
Yes.
He, as a mentor and a judge, Miss Wendeley.
He was the most amazing mentor we could have ever asked for. He gave us such amazing advice that we just soaked it all in, and he just helped us embrace every single space of the stage and help us embrace each other as well, and told us, work together, become a team. And he was just the biggest sweetheart, and we're just very grateful and very blessed to have had that opportunity with him.
A big congrats on building the band again, and good luck to my new favorite girl group, Frequency.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I love
you.
it. Your
Nice
energy is
meeting
so
you.
good.
We might be looking at the winner right here.
And this is Building the Band.
That's the winner?
Yeah.
Liam Payne of One Direction, who died last year, filmed the series a couple of months before passing away, and he was a great judge and mentor, according to Frequency, and Netflix, and Building the Band paid homage to him at the beginning of the series. Rest in peace, Liam, and a big congrats to Frequency again. I love them. They're so sweet.
It looks like such a good show. You said you binged it. It was so
I binge
good.
watched 10 episodes.
Wow,
Yes.
that's incredible. I can't wait to see it. And then Fantastic Four, that's out. Did you see that?
Yes, I quite enjoyed it, but how many kisses?
Yes.
Find out at 11 a.m. today.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I can't wait to see that. Also, last week, we told you about a new contest we're running on our Instagram with the Davids from Dining with the Davids. They show us food from a local restaurant and give hints about that restaurant, and you guess where it is.
Well, if you guess correctly, you are entered into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to that restaurant. Let's look at this week's clues. Again, can you guess this restaurant?
It's Monday, July 21st, and it's time to play Dish Detective. We're going to show you 3 mouth-watering dishes from a mystery restaurant somewhere in the Coachella Valley. Think you know where it is? Tag the restaurant in the comments within 72 hours for a chance to win a $100 gift card to that restaurant. Ready, gumshoes? Our first culinary clue, salmon sashimi drizzled with a luscious blood orange ginger glaze that's playful and refined, just like our secret spot. For the main course, beef stroganoff with herb-buttered noodles that feels right at home in a place known for its modern fare. And for dessert, a decadent chocolate trifle with layers of chocolate cake soaked in verjus and cherry wine, fresh berries, custard, and French whipped cream. Think you can solve this Epicurean enigma? Tag the restaurant in the comments and we'll reveal the winner
on the Friday morning news on NBC Palm Springs.
The clock starts now.
So good, right? We're ready to reveal the answer. It's Willie's Modern Fare in Rancho Mirage, an upscale dining experience that's as bold and refined as our winner's detective skills. And who is our winner? Drum roll, please.
Okay.
And the winner is Rat Pack Paradise. They cracked the clues like a true culinary sleuth. They've just won a $100 gift card to Willie's Modern Fare. Can they take us there?
I know. We'd like to be your date. We'll just announce that right now. Thank you to everyone who played along in this week's episode of Dish Detective. We'll have the next mystery restaurant for you on Monday morning, so you don't want to miss that. We're going to take a live look outside right now at your Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. We'll be right back with a recap of your weather forecast and reveal our Where in the Valley special location. Don't go anywhere.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
It's time to reveal our special location for our broadcast. Did you guess where this is? It's the Indio mural, moving toward the future. You can find it on Smurr Street. It was painted in 2012 by David Garcia, celebrating Indio's past, present, and future. How beautiful is that? Wow, look at all those colors. And it's going to be a gorgeous weekend.
Yeah,
I'm
not too
excited.
bad. Below normal temps by a few degrees. We'll take that tomorrow, especially. 104 to 108. Keep in mind, 109 is our normal high for Palm Springs. Hot and dry today with 104 in Palm Springs, 105 Mecca, 106 Cathedral City, 107 Rancho Mirage. 103, we'll take Saturday, a few high clouds. Then the numbers start climbing back up. We'll see 111s Monday and Tuesday. Some humidity might return Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Yeah, we don't like that.
No,
but
we do
we're going
not.
to keep track of that. That may change, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. But until then, enjoy the mild weather we're getting.
I love it.
Pool days all week.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
pool days all week. Let's do it. We've got
Pool
more
day.
news coming your way at 11, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend.